Welcome to My Long Island TV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we have traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. My Long Island TV starts now.
Joan Lunden was the co-host of Good Morning America for nearly 2 decades, bringing insight to the day's top stories from presidential elections to health and wellness. Please join me in welcoming author of Had I Known, Joan Lunden.
I thought I would never get breast cancer because I didn't have it in my family history. Had I known that only a very small percentage of women diagnosed with breast cancer actually have a family history, I wouldn't have felt so immune. I was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer. When I first heard triple negative, I thought that's got to be good, right? Like it's negative to 3 different things, but I didn't understand that it was a very small, rare, aggressive, fast-growing subset of breast cancer.
Did you feel that you had to go public because of your connection with America? So many millions of people look up to you?
I thought about it for a few days, about slinking in and out of cancer treatment centers with a hat and glasses, and then I came to that realization that it would be very uncharacteristic of Joan Lunden. I've shared my whole life. Why would I not share this chapter where you could actually have an opportunity to maybe help others? Like, I have no regrets of going public. It was a hard decision to decide to be shown bald on the cover of People.
It's almost that identical pose.
Yes, well actually, that is the pose. These photographs were taken literally moments apart.
Oh.
The photographer took this one, and then I took off the wig, and he took this one. And that was one of the scarier moments of my life, I'm not gonna lie. I think when you get to the other side and you're a survivor, that's a natural instinct to put your hand out and help the next one through. Maybe it's because we made a little pact with the lady upstairs that if you let me get through this, I'll pay it forward. I went into this with an expectation to win. And that's really an important ingredient in battling any kind of challenging, debilitating, possibly deadly disease. I want the book to be for anyone facing any life challenge. I mean, it doesn't just have to be breast cancer, so that they don't feel so alone in their journey. And I want women to really embrace the fact that they have to be vigilant about their own care. They need to do their self-breast exams. There are more breast cancers found in self-breast exams and diagnostic exams or partner exams than there are in mammograms.
She's a huge inspiration. I see patients every day who suffer with breast cancer between the ages of 20 and 95 years old. And I got 10 of her books. I want to give them to the patients because they need to hear her every word.
Yeah, I think she's really an inspiration for women and all the causes with breast cancer. It affects me personally because my grandmother had breast cancer, my mother had breast cancer, and my sister had breast cancer and passed away last year.
Well, I also have triple negative breast cancer, and I actually just finished my treatment just a few weeks ago. And in a lot of ways, what Joan said about how there are good things that come out of this, it's very true, because I find there are silver linings. And people who you never really expected would be there for you are there. And you look for goodness in things, and the negative energy just fades to the side, and you just let it go.
We didn't have social media when I did Good Morning America. I mean, you knew they were out there. You knew there were millions of them out there, but there was no tangible connection. And I have to tell you that being reconnected with them and having them reach out day after day after day, wishing me well, giving me their support, telling me that I was in their prayers, that was incredibly healing. And that absolutely was a silver lining to this journey of the last year or so. Overall, mortality rates are going down for breast cancer. However, the mortality rate for young women between the age of 20 and 40, those mortality rates have gone up. I never knew I would, a year after being diagnosed with breast cancer, end up being such an advocate for breast cancer and for women's health. I'm in Washington all the time now, knocking on senators' doors. I used to go to interview them. Now I go to tell them why they should vote a certain way on a bill in order to protect women's health. But honestly, it's the most important assignment I've ever been given.